worst college football players that somehow made it to the NFL. Back in 2000, Willie Parker arrived at the University of North Carolina with blazing 4.28 speed and a high school resume that had scouts drooling. He had rushed for over 1,800 yards as a senior in high school and was expected to become a star for the Tar Heels. But over the next 4 years, he barely even touched the ball. You see, Parker never had more than 84 carries or 400 rushing yards in a single college season. In fact, across his entire career at UNC, he only managed around 991 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. His best year came as a sophomore when he ran for exactly 400 yards, and after that, things only went downhill. But the reason behind his lack of production is actually pretty wild. The thing is, after Parker's freshman year, UNC hired a new head coach named John Bunting. Bunting wanted him to bulk up and become a power runner, but Parker's natural style was to bounce runs to the outside and use his speed. So the clash was so bad that Bunting gave him the unflattering nickname, the Clinton Bypass, because he refused to run between the tackles. But that tension eventually led to one of the most brutal moments a player can experience. As it turns out, during his senior day in 2003, Parker didn't even get on the field. He spent the entire game watching from the sideline, and for a player with his talent, it was rock bottom. But then, out of nowhere, his story takes a completely unexpected turn. What I mean is that after going undrafted in 2004, the Pittsburgh Steelers signed him for the league minimum, and at first he barely played. But in 2005, injuries opened the door, so that season he rushed for over 200 yards and 13 touchdowns in 2006, while he even made back-to-back Pro Bowls. But the single moment that defined his career is something no one will ever forget. In Super Bowl 40, with the Steelers up 7-3, Parker took a handoff early in the third quarter, found a hole, and sprinted 75 yards to the end zone. So that run set the record for the longest rushing touchdown in Super Bowl history.